All right, so we have a bar object. It's moving. That's kind of cool. Let's pay attention to the ball object now. So this thing, what I'd like it to do is, when I press the space bar, I'd like it to start moving in a random direction. So if I go into the ball object, I add an event, key press, space is midway through it, I'd like to choose a random direction. I'm actually going to use the move free, which is the blue arrows, and drag that one in. Once again, we have the direction here, and then whatever speed I want. For the direction, I'm going to type in random, R-A-N-D-O-M, open parentheses, 360, close parentheses. What that does is it says, all right, whatever number is in the parentheses there, I'm going to pick a number between 0 and that, and it's going to be a random number somewhere in that range. So this will pick a random direction between 0 and 360 degrees. And I'm going to set the speed at, I don't know, 8. Let's try that out real quick. So I hit the space bar, down it goes. Let's try it again and see what happens. All right, that seems to be doing some random stuff. It would be nice if it was contained by the walls, so let me put that in. So I'm going to add an event, which is a collision with the wall, and I'm going to have it bounce. So I'm the ball object, so I want myself to bounce. That's right. If I wanted the wall to somehow bounce off, then I'd want the other thing. That's not the case. The other thing I'd like to do is have, when the ball object collides with the bar, I'd like a collision there. So when the ball collides with the bar, it also should bounce off. Both the bar and the wall are solid, so these collisions should be fine. Let's see how it goes. I see the beginnings of a game. Outstanding. All right, good. So I've done the bar and the ball object. Let's talk about the bricks real quick. This will be the last part of it that I'm going to cover today. So in the room, I'm going to have different kinds of bricks. So I'm planning on putting in bricks up here, maybe down here, and they're going to do different things. So one brick is going to be, in my game, 5 points. There's going to be another brick which is 10 points, another brick which gives an extra life, another brick which creates multiple ball objects that are all going around at the same time. And they're all going to have fairly similar reactions to the ball. So when this ball object hits a brick, it's going to bounce off, and it's going to destroy the brick. And all of my objects that are bricks are going to have that to begin with. So in order for this to work, I'm going to take those things that every single one of them is going to do, and I'm going to make a family tree where the parent has everything that they have in common, and the children only do the things that they're specialized in. This is called inheritance. So the parent has the common traits, and the children have the specialized things they do. So I'm going to create an object, which is going to be my parent object. I'm going to call this, I don't know, master brick. He's never actually going to be in the game, but he's kind of the template for the rest of them. So the master brick is going to be my parent. I'm going to add in an event which all of its children are going to inherit. So I'm going to add in a collision with the ball object. And the thing that every single one of my bricks is going to do is the ball object is going to bounce off. So I'm going to put in a bounce command. Now it's not myself that would make the brick bounce. I want the other thing to bounce. And all my bricks are going to be solid. So this should be fine. And the other thing I should do is I should make the brick itself be destroyed. So just a reminder of destroying, that's in main 1. Looks like a little recycle bin. I'm going to destroy myself. This is the thing that all of my things are going to do. The ball object's going to bounce, and I'm going to destroy myself. So that's all that I'm going to do with that. So let me create a 5-point brick that is a child of this. This is going to be visible, so it needs a sprite. So let me go back to my Breakout folder, And that's going to be, let's see, how about a blue one? My blue one will be my 5 point. So brick, 5 points, sprite. And then I'm going to create an object that's associated with it as well. Brick, 5 points, underscore O. No spaces in the name, just a reminder. It's going to have that sprite. It's going to be solid. And then just below where visible and solid are, there's this thing called parent. This is where I get to choose what my parent is. So this guy would like to make the master brick his parent so that he can get those two events that I set up in master brick. This guy is also going to have a collision with the ball. So how do I make him do the things that his parent does? Well, there's an event I use. Under the control tab, there's this gray event called call event near the else statement, which is called parent event. This one command will allow me to do everything my parent does. After that, I set up the things that I want to do special. And this guy, his special thing is he's going to add 5 points. So under the score tab, I set my score to be 5 relative. So that will add 5 points. That seemed like a lot of work for just a 5-point brick, I admit. Let's see if that works. So let me see. 5-point bricks. Whee! All right. Let's see if that works. All right. Looks like that's doing it. Notice it's bouncing off. So it's bouncing off and destroying the bricks, even though, notice there's no bounce off or destroying here. All I'm doing is saying, do what my parent does. Well, let me see if I can make a 10-point brick. This guy's going to need a sprite as well. Brick, 10 points. You're going to be the, sure, the red one. So this is going to be my 10-point brick. Now the 10-point brick is almost exactly the same as the 5-point brick. So I'm actually going to just duplicate the 5-point brick. The way you do that is you right-click over here on the object and duplicate. So this is now called object 5, which is not what I want. I want this to be called brick 10 points. It's going to have the red sprite, but it is also going to be solid and be the child of master brick. It's going to have a collision event called the parent event, and this guy's going to be 10 points. That was it. I'm done. That was pretty easy. Let's see if that worked. So I'm going to take these out and put in the 10-point bricks, see if they work. Outstanding. Looks like they're working. Okay. So if I wanted to make other bricks, all I have to do is the same pattern. They're going to be solid. They're a child of master brick. They call the parent event, and then they do whatever is special. So if I want to add an extra life, I would replace this with add a life. If I wanted to create more ball objects, so then I'm going to just create more ball objects using the create moving things. All right. That's it for this section. My code's going to be out in break demo, so if you want to see any of that, feel free. I'll be going over how to create controllers, next rooms, and how to actually move from one room to another in the next one.